Hey guys, we're here with another awesome video about math. In this case, we're talking about transformations and specifically reflections over an axis. In this video, we're first going to talk about what a reflection is. Then we're going to look at a couple of methods of reflecting an image over an axis. Okay, first, what is a reflection? A reflection is a transformation where a mirror image is created over a line. In this particular case, we're talking about the x and the y-axis. It's important to understand what they say when they mean mirror image. We're talking about the shape not changing in any way. It's just literally reflecting over that line that we're reflecting over. Okay. Let's look at a couple examples. First, we're going to reflect over the x-axis. Okay, so we're going to reflect over the x-axis. Let's take a look at what that should look like. I wish I had a mirror. Hold on a second. Here's one. Okay, so let's take a look when I reflect this over the x-axis, what this should kind of look like. We should have something like this. Okay? But unfortunately, we're not always going to have the mirror, and we're going to have to do this either by using this rule here or another method of counting. All right, well, I don't need this anymore. Okay, so we could use this rule here, which just simply states that when we reflect over the x-axis, x and y becomes x negative y. Now, I'm not a huge fan of rules, and I will tell you why. Because you have to memorize them. But if you understand how the reflection works, then we don't need to do that. So, here's what's kind of happening here. This line, or let's take a look at this point. This point here is a distance from the x-axis. So, I'm going to draw a little line here. I'm drawing a perpendicular line. Well, if it's 2 units above the x-axis, that means it's going to be 2 units below the x-axis. And you can see the rule when I even look at it this way, taking shape. Same here. I'm 2 units above the x-axis, so I'm going to end up 2 units below. And finally, we got this guy here. So this is negative 710. So it's going to become negative 7, negative 10. And there is my clone. Okay. Now, if you know anything, you know that the clone is never as good as the original. But that's besides the point. This is a reflection over the x-axis. Okay, let's take a look at reflection over the y-axis. Where's that mirror? Here it is. Okay, so now let's take a look at this again. This time I'm reflecting over the y-axis. Okay, and hopefully the camera's picking that up. So it's going to end up over there on the other side of the y-axis. So let's get rid of this. And let's get my marker and let's reflect this over. Same thing happens here. That happened with the x-axis, just the opposite. So where x is positive, it becomes negative, and y stays the same. Kind of makes sense, right? We're going across this way. Again, we could try to memorize the rule, or we could just understand how it works. So this time I'm going to grab a ruler. So then I could draw the perpendicular line to the line of reflection. Something like that. Okay. Notice that this is 4 units away. So this point is going to be 4 units on the other side. And x, which is negative here, becomes positive. Same thing here. Okay, we're 11 away from the y-axis. So we have to go 11 to the other side. And there, x becomes positive again. In this case, we're 7 away from the y-axis. Well, now I'm going to have to move 7 away from the y-axis on this side. No rules required if you can remember something like that. And there you go. And here's my clone making his appearance. Okay, well, let's put his teeth in. He needs his teeth. Okay, so that is a reflection. That is a reflection over the x and y axis. You could either memorize the rules, or if you understand how the reflection works, you can just count the distance between the line of reflection. Okay, guys? I hope you guys found this video helpful.